first class functions. So what exactly the first class functions in the JavaScript? So very first thing, there is no concept like the first class function. This is just a normal convention in different programming language that the developer community follows. If any programming language is said to be compatible with first class function, it means that it is capable to hold a function inside a variable. It is capable to pass a function as a function argument. It is capable to return a function from another function. So you can treat a function exactly like a variable, which will give you the great capabilities to directly pass to a function, one more new function, or maybe get a function as a return type. So in complex programming, it will help you a lot. And that's the reason the name is called first class functions. So let's see how JavaScript supports first class functions. So very first thing, we should prove that in JavaScript, we can assign a function inside a variable. So let me do that. So this is my variable inside which I can hold a number, anything I can hold, but I'll prefer to hold a function inside that. So I'm writing anonymous function here. Of course, I can also write arrow functions, but I cannot write traditional function in which I'm just doing a console display call. Yes, and here I can also write anonymous function as well. So this way we have proved in JavaScript we can assign a function inside a variable and we can make use of this variable as a function now, and everything will work like a function. What's the next thing? The function should also be a part of an object inside the first class functions definition. So let's also prove that how we can include a function inside an object. So I'm having an object here by giving a property called name, and here I'll have one more property called display, which is capable to hold a function like this. So now here our anonymous function is being assigned to an object property called display. So this also proves that in JavaScript we have a first class functions. Let's try one more example in which we can see the function is returned from another function, just like a normal variable or maybe the output. So I want to create a function called get function, and the parameter for this will be, for example, operation. So based upon the operation, let's say addition, subtraction, I want to return a particular function which is capable to perform addition. If the parameter in operation pass subtraction, I want to return a function which is capable to perform the subtraction. So let me write the if else statement first. If I'm passing add, so what I'm gonna return here, I'm going to return an anonymous function here. Return. Okay, in this anonymous function, I'm expecting there will be two arguments, two parameters. And what it will do, it will return number one plus number two, the addition of these two variables. So generally we have seen till now, we will be returning some true false, maybe some number like this. But in this case, we are returning a function which is anonymous here. So based upon the add, I'm returning the add function. Let's do in the similar way for the subtraction. So this is how we have made our function capable to return another function based upon the operation we are passing. So now here, let me say add a function. I'm creating a variable again, which can hold the function, and I'm asking get function. I need a function where I can perform the addition operation. So you can see it is calling the get function. It will go here and it is returning us a function, and this will be assigned to the add function. So this is exactly similar representation like this. Okay, so now I can directly call the add function to perform the execution. And in this particular add function, it accepts two numbers. One is the number 1 and second is the number 3. Let's confirm. So we're getting something missed here. We are not able to see the output. Any guesses? Yes. So we are returning something here. It means we should hold the value inside some variable. And now this variable I want to print on the console. Yes, we are able to get it. So now there is one more. For example, what is the function we are getting that we are directly executing? Now we have seen a function, how it can be written from another function. Now we'll see how a function can be passed as a parameter to the another function. So let's try to do that. So here we are directly calling this add function and everything, right? I'll do one thing. Add and subtract function are ready with me. Now I want to build a function which will execute my add and subtraction function. So I'll create a function here with the name calculate. And the input for this will be my function and the numbers on which this function I want to apply. And I want to return by executing this function and giving the parameters number 1 and the number 2. We'll see this with an example how it works. So previously we were directly calling the add function. So instead of doing this now, what we will do, we'll call the calculate function and mention please execute add function. And for that, there are two necessary parameters that I'll give you. So now this calculate function is accepting three parameters. The first parameter is a function that you can see that he is making use for the direct execution. The second and third parameters are the numbers that it is making use for the execution. So this is how a function can be passed as a parameter to the another function. Now, in the similar way, I can also go ahead and perform subtraction. Let's see how. So this time I'm passing the subtract function for the calculate and I'll hold the results into the result 1 and the 2. Let's see the outcome. Yes, we are getting 4, 4. Something is missing here. We should be getting -2 here in this case, right? Yes. So here it should be subtract. Yes. So this is how we have proved how the JavaScript supports the first class functions.